All right, thank you very much for coming to the Mountain Steam Calls. We have a really great testimony tonight talking about, based on how we found out about this little miracle of the X2O sachet and how it makes water wetter, and by physically changing the molecular structure of water, the sachets, they contain the calcium, magnesium, and over 70 trace minerals. And I did not know personally what it would do for my health. My name is Beth Smith, and I have multiple sclerosis, and it was shared with me by Mr. Anthony Atkins about almost 2.5 years ago. And because of what it's done for my health and others, and my husband's health, we started sharing it with others. Tonight's testimony, I want to invite Mr. Mark Strango to get on, and I do have the mute function on. So, Mark, I'll need you to press *6 so that you can come on, so I can make sure that I can control the sounds for this really great call. So just as soon as you press *6, I think I'll be able to see you. Mark, are you there?
We are, Beth. Good evening.
Woo-hoo.
Can you hear me?
Sounds awesome.
Cool.
I'm just excited about this call. Okay, we got. I'm happy with the calls that we got coming on. And anyway, Mark and I met on Facebook, and I hopefully I was not too annoying, but when he started sharing what was happening with him, I just knew that I had to get him trying this same little sachet that changed me in my health journey. So, Mark, if you wouldn't mind, I would like for you to take as much time as you'd like to, and tell me what you saw with Zuma, how you got started, and then of course take everything take it from there.
Okay, I'll do that. First off, I want to thank you, Beth, and your husband Dave and Anthony for asking me to be on this call tonight. I'm honored to do this. I'm new to Zuma. I'm 53 years old, and I was born in the Midwest, a Illinois, Iowa farm boy. Been driving since I was 8, lifting 100 and 125-pound hay bales. As a 10-year-old up on the hay wagon, doing all sorts of different stuff. Played hockey through junior high and high school. After I moved down here to Arizona, I now live in Flagstaff. At the time, I lived down in Wickenburg, and I worked for a couple ranches down there for a period of about 8.5 years. And did the cowboy thing. Always wanted to do that, and I've always been a picture of pretty good health. And my father passed away in 1992. And on March 15th of 93, I got a tickle in my right eye. And within 3 days, I lost the eyesight in my right eye. Could not understand it, kept scratching it, kept asking my former wife what was happening, can she see anything? And she said no, and went to the eye doctor and had it checked out, and he's the first one that said it's very possible. He said, you have optic neuritis. Okay, here's the beginning of my medical journey. I didn't know what optical neuritis was. And through a series of testing, through visual multiple potential tests, MRIs, and spinal taps, approximately a year later, they diagnosed me with having multiple sclerosis. Now, at the time, I was still good health. I'm still healthy now, but things have changed. I was getting around. I could still drive. I could still work. My eyesight come back a little bit like I'm looking through my right eye, and It looks like it started to rain and the windshield wipers hadn't come on yet. It's really blurry and fuzzy, but I can't see very clearly out of it, can't see a lot of colors. So I kind of resigned myself, went through a period of time of denial. This can't happen to me. Why has it happened to me? Why is the Lord punishing me? And just going through that, and finally, after about a year of moving all the time, not moving houses, but always on the go, finally decided and resigned myself to the fact, you know what? I've got MS. I'll just deal with it. My eyesight's kind of blurry in the right eye. I'll just deal with it. Along this time, as Beth said, and she said that she did herself, I would probably drink 12 to 18 cans of Pepsi a day. And I've done that pretty steadily for about the last 8 years with the stress at work, just trying to get through the job and things like that, and just kept, my knees started getting affected, my legs have been starting to get affected. I've been starting to use a cane for about the last year. We're very active in our car club. I'm the president of the Route 66 Car Club here in Flagstaff. My wife's the treasurer. We're very active in our church. We both play and sing music in our praise team. My wife and I also have a very large Avon business that we actively are working. We're executive unit leaders going for senior executive, which is the highest level you can reach as far as title in Avon. But that's where our focus has been, and Kathy's always been concerned for me. We've only been married for 8 years, and she really watches out for me, tries to help me out in spite of myself, and I'm not always the best person to be around when I get tired and grumpy, and I'd go to bed 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. She's been a trooper. She's been right there with me. And then about 3 months ago, we're going through Facebook and talking different things, and all of a sudden this person come up and said, "Hey, Mark, how's it going? How's your health? How you doing?" And just started chatting a little bit with Beth, and not really talking about anything, just getting kind of to know each other. And I should backtrack a little bit. When I first was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, everybody was sending me newspaper clippings where you can go get yourself stung 1,000 times by bees and it'll help your MS, or you could take this wonder drug, or you could take this thing, and you can go here and you can do that, and well-intentioned family members, and you just get tired of hearing all the nonsense of people trying to do good things for you. And I was in my self-pity party time of my life. And just the last 3 months, I've been going through a lot of changes with work. Not feeling comfortable. I'm stressed out. My legs have really gotten affected, like I said. And Beth come up and said, "Hey, what about wetter water?" I said, "Wetter water? What's this?" And she sent me some information like a good person should, and I kind of took it like the old snake oil salesman in the old westerns where they come around on this little cart and they're trying to sell you the next fancy thing to cure this or cure that, and didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. And in one of our drives for our Avon business, I got on the phone call with Beth, and she was talking to me, "Man, you need to try this thing. I really drunk Mountain Dew up the yin-yang, and I know you're doing that with Pepsi. You really need to look at this. It could possibly change your life." And okay, whatever. She sent me the information, and Kathy and I sat there, and I listened like the good person and just tried to get a sense of what was going on and wrap my head around it, if you would. And I kept talking to Kathy, my wife, and we're saying, what are we going to do? Well, if it's going to help us, why not do that? Well, I don't know. We have to spend money. We have to get on this thing. And, well, okay, times are tough right now. Okay, and we just kept going back and forth. And finally I looked at Kathy. I said, what have we got to lose? And Kathy said, yeah, what do we got to lose? So we called Beth, and we took the jump. We went on faith that this snake oil salesperson was going to help us. I mean that in all loving kindness, Beth. And we got this stuff, and you put this little funky packet in the water, and you shake it up, and you let it set, and 5 minutes later, you drink it. Well, okay, we started doing that. And literally, within the first week, week and a half, I have stopped using my cane. There was a time when I was at work before I quit that I started getting real bad shakes. I was getting really iffy, and Beth told me the night before that if you're having a real hard time, take one of these packets, sachets, whatever you want. I still can't wrap my brain around what you call it. Just pop it in your mouth and chew it and wash it down with H2O, the X2O. Oh, come on. So that day I was having a hard time. I took a little sachet, put it in my mouth, downed it with water, and within the hour, it went away, what I was feeling. It was just unbelievable. Now, I'm still detoxing. 2 weeks into it, I got sick for a day or two. Kind of went through me. Beth said, you're going to get those. You just got to keep diligent with it. Yes, ma'am. I'll keep doing this thing. And then in the last 2 weeks, it's gotten better. We started running out. We weren't very conscientious because my very lovely wife said, if you're going to do it, I'm going to support you. Well, I'm going to do it too, so you're not having a hard time. So we're both sucking on this green bottle, walking around, got the green wristbands on our wrist, and just talking about using it. And here we are. It's going to be a month on Friday. I've lost 8 pounds without doing anything else but dropping the pop and drinking the water. Still can't get all the healthy food yet, and that we're working on that with our schedules. It's really hard to do. But it's made a difference in our life where the stress level is gone. On my iPhone, I got a little thing for the heartbeat, and it's come down 12 beats a minute in this last month. It had been up to 88 to 95, and now it's down to 76 to 83, depending on the time. I haven't been to the doctor to check things out, but things are changing, and we just went ahead and got the weight loss program. Today was the first day for the shakes and all the pills. Now I've got to wrap my brain around that, but I can see a difference going on, and if we've got 5 kids between us. We've got them all the way from 30 to 15. We've got 4 grandkids. In fact, Sunday was our youngest grandson's 1-year birthday. And I figure we need to get healthy. I need to be around for quite some time. I know this is not the only thing we need to do, but it's a step in the right direction. I firmly believe in the X-Deal for what it's done for both my wife and I, and I'll let my wife tell her story at another time with some things that was happening with her that she saw a change within an hour, hour and a half after taking one of those sachets for an attack she was having. In fact, I'll just tell you, she suffers from carpal tunnel really bad, and this stuff has lightened the load for her carpal tunnel as well as her allergies. And I want to say thank you to Beth and Dave for putting up with us for as long as you did to try to get us to get into this thing. But I want to share it with people because if we're building a network business to change lives so they can do what they want to do when they want to do it, they need to be around to enjoy it, and we're giving them the opportunity by talking to people, not pushing the business opportunity on you, but this thing personally has made a difference in my life. And again, we've only been taking it for a month, and I can't believe the difference. My wife can tell you that she has seen a difference. in just that short period of time.